Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for being here, General. Thanks for your candor in our meeting the other day and today as well. I want to congratulate you and thank you and your family, Gina, and your 3 children. I know you can't do what you do without their support, and they serve as well as you. You and I talked the other day about training Ukrainian pilots. I know you've talked a little bit today about the F-16s and how important they are to the Ukrainians' fight against Russia's murderous aggression and atrocities, war crimes there. And I have visited Ukraine 4 times in the last 18 months. I've advocated that we provide F-16s probably for the past year. You and I discussed a little bit the length of time required for training, the need to learn English, at least enough English to be able to be trained. And I wonder if you could tell me again, assuming that those Ukrainians have that language understanding, the linguistic ability, and how long it would take to train Ukrainians at Morris Air National Guard Base in Arizona, where I understand that training is going to begin in this country.
Well, Senator, thank you for that question. And I really have been throughout this hearing. We've talked to Ukraine a little bit, but I haven't said how proud I think we all are of Ukraine for what they've done and their bravery. And so in our support, integrating with our European allies and partners in the training, we did talk in your office about how long it takes to train. Once they have sufficient English proficiency, obviously every student is different at their level of proficiency and advancing through the course, but the course that we're putting them through usually takes approximately 6 months. So if they were to start here next month or so, it would be early into the spring. Following that, though, that's just your basic F-16 training. There are some specificities about the actual platforms that are being donated from the Danes and the Dutch and others that have specific peculiarities to them. So there'll be some small follow-on, but with respect to just learning the F-16 and then the follow-on, I would imagine that's somewhere between 6 and 9 months.
I realize that different weapons platforms require different amounts of training. I had the privilege of visiting our base in Germany, just outside Munich, Gottenwehr. And I think I observed to you that the training on Bradley and Stryker vehicles there is taking significantly less time than was projected and normally would be required. And in fact, I will just add, I'm very proud not only of the Ukrainians and our support for Ukraine, but also of our own military men and women who are providing support now for the Ukrainians in training. They are all in, and their dedication is really impressive. So I'm wondering whether those time periods can be compressed.
Senator, I can assure you that if the folks in Tucson see the advancement, they will not hold them back. They will be proficiency advanced, and they will train them to the level of their competency. And if that takes less time, then all the better. But they will just ensure that they're trained to a certain standard of competency.
I want to ask you briefly in the time that I have left, we also discussed the importance of unmanned aircraft, the next generation air dominance family of systems, and the role that AI, artificial intelligence, can play. Is that an area of investment where you think we should concentrate?
Thank you for that, Senator, because I think that this is one of the areas where I think we need to perhaps move the fastest. I believe that the side that understands how to leverage autonomy and do it in an ethical way to where the policymakers feel comfortable putting that type of a capability into combat, I think is going to be key. And so as we're looking at the collaborative combat aircraft, we're focusing on not only just the platform, but separately, we are evaluating the autonomy to understand the left and right limits of what can be done, so we can be discussing what should be done earlier on. And then the third thing that we're doing is also this experimental operations unit. So we understand what the platform can do. How do we base it? Where do we base it? How do we integrate it with other elements of our Air Force? Senator, we're trying to do those all at the same time so we can field that capability responsibly and effectively as soon as possible. And I think that's going to be a key to future combat.
Finally, let me just say I'm going to enthusiastically support your nomination. I hope we will confirm you as quickly as possible. But to Senator Sullivan's point, confirming just the very top officials of our military leadership will deprive them of the leadership that reports to them. And you can't do your job without a team under you. And you've observed to me how important you think that team is. And I hope we will resolve these issues as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Blumenthal.